Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Esther 4-10, Proverbs 25, and Psalm 3. Let's get started. And then Mordecai learned all that had been done. Mordecai tore his clothes and put on sackcloth and ashes. He went out into the midst of the sea and cried out with a loud and bitter cry. He went up to the entrance of the king's gate. And no one was allowed to enter the king's gate clothed in sackcloth. And in every province wherever the kings come in, and his decree reached, there was great mourning among the Jews. They were fasting and weeping and lamenting, and many of them lay in sackcloth and ashes. And Esther's young women and eunuchs came to her. And the queen was deeply distressed. She sent garments to clothe Mordecai, so that he might take off his sackcloth, but he would not accept it. Esther called for Hathach, one of the king's eunuchs who had been appointed to attend her, ordered him to go to Mordecai to learn what this was and why it was. Hathach went out to Mordecai into the open square seat in front of the king's gate. Mordecai told him all that happened to him, and the exact sum of money that Haman had promised to pay into the king's treasury from the destruction of the Jews. Mordecai and Esther gave him a copy of the written decree issued in Caesar by their destruction, that he might show it to Esther, and explain it to her, and command her to go to the king to beg food and plead with him on behalf of her people. And Hathach went and told Esther what Mordecai had said. And Esther spoke to Hathach and commanded him to go to Mordecai and say, all the king's sons and the people of the king's provinces know that if any man or woman goes to the king outside the inner court without being called, they've got one lot to be put to death, except the one to whom the king holds out the golden scepter. Whose that golden scepter so that he may live. As for me, I have not been called to come into the king these 30 days. And he told Mordecai what Esther said. Then Mordecai told them to reply to Esther, and think to yourself that in the king's palace you will escape any more of the other Jews. If you keep silent at the time of reproof and deliverance of rise for the Jews from another place, and you and your father's house will and who knows whether you will come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Esther told them to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Jews to be found in Caesar. Hold a fast on my behalf, and do not eat or drink for 3 days. Now that day, I, my young worst of fast to you. I'll go to the king, there is against the Lord, and if I perish, I perish. Mordecai then went away and did everything as Esther had ordered him. On the third day, Esther put on her robe and stood in the court of the king's house, in the king's quarters, while the king was sitting on his robe, throne inside the throne room, and opposite the entrance to his palace. Then the king saw Queen Esther standing in the court, one favor in his side. He held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. Esther approached and touched the tip of the scepter. And the king said to her, what is it, Queen Esther? What is your request? Shall I give it you, even to the half of my kingdom? Esther said, if it please the king, let the king of Haman come today to a feast. I have prepared for the king. And the king said, bring Haman quickly, so that we may do as Esther has asked. So the king of Haman came to the feast that Esther prepared. As they were drinking wine after the feast, the king said to Esther, what is your wish? It shall be granted you, and what is your request? And even to the half of my kingdom shall be fulfilled. Esther answered, my wish and my request is, if I found favor in the sight of the king, if it please the king to grant my wish and fulfill my request, the king and Haman come to the feast, and I will prepare for them. And tomorrow I will do as the king said. Haman will now that day joyful and glad of heart, when Haman saw Mordecai at the king's gate. And neither raised nor trembled before him. He was filled with wrath against Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman restrained himself. And when Haman sent and brought his friend and his wife Sarah, he had counted the splendor of his riches and of the sons of the promotion with which the king honoured him. Neither advanced nor led the official and sons of the king. And Haman said, even Queen Esther let no one but me come to the king to the feast she prepared. And tomorrow also I am invited by her together with the king. Yet all this word nothing to me, so as long as I see Mordecai juicing at the king's gate. And his wife Sarah and all his friends said to him, then the gathers 50 cubes high be made, and in the morning tell the king to have Mordecai hanged upon it. And he goes joyful with the king to the feast. And so do you please Haman, he had the gathers made. On that night the king could not sleep, and he gave orders to bring the book of memorable deeds, the chronicles. And they read before the king, and it was found written how Mordecai had told about Bigthan and Teresh, two of the king's eunuchs who guarded the threshold, and who sought to lay hands on King Ahasuerus. And the king said, what honor or distinction has been bestowed on Mordecai for this? And the king's young man returned to him and said, nothing has been done for him. And the king said, who is in the court? Now Haman had just entered the court, and the court of the king's house to speak to the king about having Mordecai hanged on the gallows. He prepared for him. And the king's young man told him, Haman's there standing in the court. The king said to him, let him come in. So Haman came in, and the king said to him, well, it should be done to whom the king delights to honor. And Haman said to himself, who would the king delight to honor more than me? And Haman said to the king, for the man whom the king delights to honor. And a royal rose he brought, as the king has worn, the horse the king has ridden, and on whose head a robe crown is set. And the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials. Let them dress the man whom the king delights to honor, and let them lead on the horse through the square to sea, and claim before him, thus shall it be done to the man whom the king delights to honor. And the king said to him, hurry, take the robes and the horse, as you said, and do so to Mordecai the Jew who sits at the king's gate. And you've had nothing that you have mentioned. So Haman took the robes and the horse, and he dressed Mordecai and led him through the square to sea. And thus shall be done to the man whom the king delights to honor. And Mordecai turned to Haman hurried to his house, moaning with his head covered. Haman told his wife Sarah and all his friends everything that happened to him. And his wise men and his wife Sarah said to him, if Mordecai, whom you have begun to fall, is of the Jewish people, you are not overcome, but will surely fall before. When they yet told him, then the king's eunuchs arrived and hired to bring Haman to the feast that Esther prepared. So the king and Haman went into the feast of Queen Esther, and on the second day they were drinking wine after the feast. The king again said to Esther, what is your wish, Queen Esther? Shall be granted to you, and what is your request? Even to the half of my kingdom shall be fulfilled. And Queen Esther answered, if I found favour in your sight, King, in the place the king, let my life be granted me for my wish, and my people forward my request. If we had been sold, my people to be destroyed, to be killed and to be annihilated. If we had been sold merely as slaves and a woman, I would have been sorry for our affliction, not to be compared with loss to the king. King Ahasuerus said to Queen Esther, who is he and where is he, who is dead to do this? Esther, a foreign enemy, this wicked Haman. And Haman was terrified before the king and the queen. And the king arose in his wrath and wine drinking, and went into the palace. Haman stayed to beg for his life from Queen Esther. For he saw that harm was determined against him by the king. And the king returned from the palace garden to the place where they were drinking wine. And Haman was fallen in the couch where Esther was. And the king said, will he even assault the queen in my presence in my own house? And as the word left the mouth of the king, they called Haman's face. And Arbona, one of the eunuchs in the council, said, moreover, as the Haman has prepared for Mordecai. And his words saved the king and said at Haman's house, he was to keep his heart. He was to keep his heart. And the king said, hang him on that. And then they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. And the rest of the king obeyed it. And that day King Ahasuerus gave Queen Esther the house of Haman. He only the Jews. Then Mordecai came before the king, and says to her what he was to her. And the king took off his signet ring, which he had taken from Haman, and gave it to Mordecai. Then Esther set Mordecai over the house of Haman. Esther spoke again to the king. She fell his feet and wept and pleaded with him over the evil plan of Haman and the plot he had devised against the Jews. And the king held out the golden scepter to Esther. Esther arose and stood before the king, and she said, if it please the king, if I found favour in Esther, if the king seems right before the king, and I am pleased in his house, in order to be written to the great letters devised by Haman and sons of Ham and Datha, which he wrote to destroy the Jews who were in all the provinces of the king. And how can I bear to see the calamity that is coming to my people? How can I bear to see the destruction of my kindred? And King Ahasuerus said to Queen Esther and to Mordecai the Jew, I have given Esther the house of Haman, and have hanged him on the gallows. And he intends to lay their hands on the Jews. And you may rise, you please, with regard to the Jews. And in the name of the king, seal of the king's ring, for an edict written in the name of the king, seal of the king's ring cannot be revoked. The king's scribes were summoned at that time, the third month, which is the month of Sivan, on the 23rd day. The edict was written according to all that Mordecai commanded concerning the Jews, to satraps and the governors and the officials of the province of India to Ethiopia, 127 provinces, to each province its own script, and to each people's own language. Rest to the Jews in their script and their language, and he wrote in the name of King Ahasuerus, so that the king stood in and he sent letters by Mount Corus, riding on swift horses, that were using the king's service, bread from the roster. And the king allowed the Jews who had never received to gather and defend their lives, to destroy, to kill, and to annihilate any armed force or any people promise that might attack them. Children and women included, and to plunder their goods. On the one day, all the province of King Ahasuerus, on the 13th day of the 29th month, which is a month later, a copy of what was written was to be issued as decree in every province, and he publicly displayed to all people, so the Jews were to be written on that day, to take vengeance on their enemies. So the decrees man on this were horses, and used in the king's service, Harish by the king's command. The decree was issued in Caesar the citadel. And Mordecai went out from the presence of the king in royal robes of blue and white, and a great golden crown of fine linen and purple, and Caesar's salary and rejoiced. And the Jews had light and darkness and joy and honor, in every province and every city. However, the king's command and the praise, there was gladness and joy among the Jews, peace and holiday. Many from the peoples of the country declared themselves Jews. The faith of the Jews had fallen on them. Near the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, on the 13th day of the same, and the king's command and edict were about to be carried. And later, when the enemies of the Jews had to gain master over them, they were less secure. The Jews gained master over those who hated them. The Jews gathered in their cities to all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, laying hands on those who sought their harm. No good sin against them. For fear them had fallen on all people, so therefore officials of the province and satraps and governors, your agents, so to help the Jews. For fear Mordecai had fallen on them. Mordecai was great in the king's house, and the fear grew to go on with the provinces. And then Mordecai grew more powerful. The Jews struck their enemies with their sword, killing and destroying them. And as they did, and as they pleased to those who hated them. In the cities of the city, the Jews killed and destroyed 500 men. Those who killed Pasha and Datha, and Dathan, and Espath, and Poratha, and Daly, and Datha, and Palmashta, and Arisa, and Areli, and Visatha, 10 sons of Haman, sons of Hamadatha, the enemy of the Jews, but they laid no hand on the plunder. And wrote in the number of those killed in Caesar the citadel was brought to the king, and the king said to Esther, in Caesar the citadel the Jews have killed and destroyed 500 men, as the 10 sons of Haman. What then shall be done in the rest of the king's provinces? Now what is your wish shall be granted to you. And what further is your request? It shall be fulfilled. Esther said, if it please the king, let the Jews do, and Caesar be allowed tomorrow. Caesar according to his day's edict, and let the 10 sons of Haman be hanged on the gallows. The king commanded this to be done, and the decree was issued in Caesar. And the 10 sons of Haman were hanged. The Jews who were in Caesar gathered Esther on the 14th day of the month Adar, and killed 300 men in Caesar, but they laid no hands on them. And the rest of the Jews who were in the king's provinces as they gathered to defend their lives. and got away from the enemies and killed 75,000 of those who hated them. They laid no hands upon them. This was on the 13th day of the month Adar. 14th day of the rest made that a feasting, a day of feasting and gladness. And Jews and Susa gathered on the 13th day and the 14th day, and on the 14th, and the rest on the 15th day, making that day a feasting and gladness. And therefore the Jews of the who live in the royal towns on the 14th day of the month of Adar as a day for gladness and feasting, and a holiday as a day in which they send for gifts of food to one another. Mordecai recorded these things and sent letters to all the Jews who were in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus, both near and far, obliging them to keep the 14th day of the month of Adar, as the 15th day is the same year by year. As the days always the Jews got away from the enemies, and the same month they had been turned from them for sorrow into gladness, from mourning into a holiday, that they should make them gifts of feasting and gladness. These were sending gifts of food to one another and gifts to the whole. The Jews said that they started to do and what Mordecai went to them. Haman the Agagite son of Hammedatha, the enemy of all the Jews, had fought against the Jews to destroy them, and they had cast to crush and destroy them. When he came before the king, he gave orders and rang that was evil clan. And he devised against the Jews should return was going to hang. And he and his son should be hanged on the gallows. Therefore they called these days Purim. After the time passed, therefore because of all those men in the slaughter, and what they faced in this manner, and what had happened to them, the Jews finally overgraded themselves in the offspring and all Hujman. Now without fail they will keep these 2 days according to what's written at the time upon every year. These days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation. Every clan, province, and city, and all these days of Purim should not fall into these Jews among the Jews. Nor should the commemoration of these days cease among their sons. And Queen Esther, the daughter of Ham, gave forward an authority confirming the second letter about Purim. And letters were sent to all the Jews into the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Ahasuerus and words of peace and truth, that these days of Purim should be observed at their appointed season. And Mordecai the Jew, Queen Esther overgave themselves in the offspring, and God to the fast and the Queen Esther confirmed these practices of Purim. It was recorded in writing. King Ahasuerus imposed tax on the custom of the 16, Mordecai acts as paramount. The fourth found high honour of Mordecai, to which the king advanced to. Are they not read in the book of Chronicles of Kings of Media and Persia? And Mordecai the Jew was second in rank to King Ahasuerus. He was great among the Jews, however the multitude was, but he sought the welfare of his people and spoke peace to all the people. Proverbs 25. These are supposed to Solomon, the men Hezekiah, king and Judah, copy. If God got to conceal them, if God kings in such things, has to have fire and the earth for death, so the heart of kings and such will take away the dross from the silver and smith as material for the rest, take away the liquor from the presence of the king, and his son will be established in righteousness. Do not put yourself forward in the king's house, and will stand in the place of the king. It was better to be told, come up here, than to be put low in the presence of no. I have seen you hastily bring to call, for you do in the eminent name put you to shame. And argue okay to yourself, do not reveal as another secret. And I see you hears you bring shame upon you, ill repute from and while fairly spoken like apples of God and something of silver, like offering our own mouth, was the wiser proof to listening, like hold us in time of harvest. And if a faithful messenger to those he refreshes all of his masters, and clouds of one without rays, and then breasts of the gift he does not give. With patient well may be persuaded, soft tongue will break about. You found honey only enough for you. You know, so you fill of it and vomit it, let your foot be sold in your name says. You have it filled of you and hate, your man who has fault with this against his neighbor. And like a wool club or sword or sharp arrow, trusting and trust men in time chose, like a bad tooth for that slug. I say songs so heavy as one who takes up a arm on cold, like vinegar and so your enemy's honey, you and bread tea. Here's that to give him one to drink, for he burning costs in his hand, well rewarded. And also in brings forth in a backbiting tongue, anger, this is better than the corner house, so then a house share with cost of money. And cold water to this also is given to him fun, like money spring or belief, as a rush man gives way for the wicked. It is not good to eat much honey, most God always to seek one's own glory. May I have second trust like a sea broken into a mouth of outwards. Psalm 3, O Lord, how many are my foe? Many are rising against me, many are saving myself. There is no salvation for him in God, but you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my God, and lift up my head. Go down to the Lord, answer me from his holy heart, I lay down and slaughter, I wait again for the Lord's sustain me. I don't be afraid of many thousands of people who set themselves against me, rise the Lord, save me, O my God, for you strike all my enemies on the cheek, you break the teeth, the wicked salvation belongs to the Lord, blessing the young people. And as nation I did Lord's prayer, please be ahead from heaven, how be and again, and come, you'll be done earth as it is heaven. In the end day, where figures those two, for you, and that does least, no temptation, listen, evil, is the kingdom, power, and glory for the Lord, and see tomorrow. Bye.